Hey, it's Mike from the Indie Band Alliance, and this is a brief tutorial to show you how to use Twitter search to get more fans and build your list and hopefully get more people out to your shows. So you don't go to twitter.com, you go to search.twitter.com, and you'll end up at a screen like this. You click on advanced search, and then what you want to do is use the keywords that you've chosen for bands that sound similar or that you're influenced by. Okay, so um, for me, I like to use Neil Young. It's not I never actually wrote music that sounded like Neil Young, but I don't know, for some reason it's a good example. Um, and what I'm gonna do here is, so we're looking for people that are tweeting about Neil Young. I'm gonna put in my city, which is about an hour northwest of Toronto. And I've extended it 100 kilometers. Let's see, 100 kilometers here, which means people in Toronto will probably show up. And I'm going to check asking a question. So people who are asking a question about Neil Young will show up. And I hit search. And so what this does is, okay, there's 4 tweets about Neil Young. These people are asking questions about Neil Young. There's one here who's asking they'd love to sing backup for Neil Young. Anybody know anybody that can make this happen? All you have to do is hit this reply button here, and it takes you back, assuming that you're logged in. It's taking me back to my Twitter profile, and I can tweet right back to them, okay? So how is this going to help you? Well, what you want to do, this is an opportunity to approach somebody that could potentially be interested in your music. So you're basically approaching fans one-on-one. It is a little bit more time consuming this way, but it's a higher quality interaction. You could, if my band sounded like Neil Young, or we did some Neil Young covers, I would talk to this person and I would say, wow, that's cool. You do backups. I'm a big fan of Neil Young, and our band actually, I don't know Neil Young personally, but if you ever want to do backups with my band, that would be pretty cool because we do some Neil Young covers. What's your favorite Neil Young song or something like that? And that way you're not coming out, you haven't given them a link to your band yet or anything like that. You've mentioned it in passing, and then you turn around and ask them a question. So that way they see that you're a real person. You're not some sort of automated, spam bot or something that's just putting links into Twitter. And they can reply back and they could say, oh, oh, Harvest Moon is my favorite. You guys do that. And you could say, yeah, here's a video on YouTube where we played it, last weekend in Toronto or something. And then they could go, wow, that's really good or something. And who knows? Maybe if they like what your cover version is, maybe this person does end up singing backups for you, or downloading some more of your stuff, or signing up to your list. You have to make sure your Twitter profile is hooked up to a squeeze page, so that way you can send a link to them if it comes up, but at the same time, what you want to do is just focus on the engagement with the person and trying to help them out, and let them kind of stumble upon your link naturally, because they go, well, this person's pretty cool, I want to learn more about them. Their chances are, I mean, they may ask you, hey, send me a link to your band's website. Or they might just, go to your Twitter profile and click on your link and end up on your squeeze page and sign up that way. Okay, so that's how to use this in a way that could get you some more fans. Now, depending on where you live, you may have to broaden this out. You may not get any results back for your immediate area. So, assuming you have an online presence set up and you've got stuff like downloads and things that you can, you're crafting an email list, you can leave that blank, and it will basically give you tweets across the entire internet that are happening on Twitter. So you'll end up getting a much wider amount of responses back. So you can see I went from 4 responses. Now I took the geo-targeting out, so now there's people all over the world tweeting. Okay, so you can still engage with these people just as easily. It just means that you're not going to be able to see them at your show if they live in Japan or something like that. Now, so that's my one scenario on how to use this. You can basically repeat it. You can either geo-target it like I did in my first example, or leave it blank. You can also change up your keywords. So I recommend most people to do this type of a promotion to have up to 5 different keywords that they use for bands that sound similar to them. And you can also I mean, most musicians are passionate about the instrument that they play. So, I mean, if you want to, that's another way to find people to talk about different things. So, like, I'm a bass player. I could be searching for people asking bass guitar questions in my area and help them answer their questions. And, then that's an opportunity for this person to go, oh man, this guy is really cool. And they want to go and check out, my band because this guy sounds like he knows what he's talking about with bass. So I'd like to hear him play. Or, they might say, hey, maybe this guy could give me lessons. So there's all kinds of opportunities that can come out of this. The other scenario is if you're actually playing a gig and you're looking for people who are asking about, say, live music or live venues, or we'll say live rock music or something like that. And if the gig was in Guelph, okay, so we've got it to 100 kilometers. Most people probably wouldn't drive within 100 kilometers, but we'll just try this out here. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Okay, so there's nobody who've been tweeting about this. When I'm shooting this today, it's mid-morning on Wednesday. So, I mean, most people you probably get a better chance on a weekend or something where people are looking for that. But this is the kind of thing that you can do if you have a gig. If today is Saturday and I'm playing tonight, I can do these kinds of searches and just see if there's people that are asking about it. You can say, hey, yeah, my band's playing tonight. If you're interested, we can get you on the guest list for free, or we can hook you up with a free beer or a free CD or something like that, and you may be able to get a few extra people out to your show that way. Now, this technique is going to vary according to where you live. If you're in an area that's got lots of great live music on the weekends, this could work for you. If you're in a tiny town and there's only one bar and nobody's even heard of Twitter, this is probably not going to work for you. But it's worth a try. And you don't have anything to lose by checking. I mean, it could get you an extra few people, and at worst case scenario, you lose nothing. But it takes you all of about 30 seconds to do a search like this and just see if anybody's asking. And you can refresh it, a couple hours up before you play your gig. Okay, so those are my 2 ways to use Twitter without having to follow people, unfollow people. You basically can hop on here, use your Twitter search, and start replying directly to people. And it requires that you have some music, you have a website. Ideally, you got a squeeze page and you got an autoresponder where you can start collecting these names, so that way you can get them into your database and start developing an ongoing relationship with them, and which would hopefully translate into some sales for you, and hopefully some more attendance at your shows. Okay, so use this, let me know how it works for you, and thanks for watching.